Hey, so it's been a bit since I last uploaded, and some things happened during that time that I didn't upload that I just kind of want to talk about now. So here's everything that happened like the past week, or just the past bit that I haven't uploaded. Actually thinking about it. I say everything. I don't know if I'm gonna talk about everything in this one, like in this video, or if I'm gonna make separate ones and upload them all on the same day. I don't really know. If I do talk about everything that I want to talk about, some parts gonna be longer because I just want to talk about them more than others. And also something I just want to briefly mention that is not related to this at all is that my light bulb went out and my lamp in my room, right? So I had to get a new one or like replace it, and it's super bright. This new one is super bright. It lights up my whole room. Like, it looks like I have my window open, and I'm like, damn, it is way too bright for me. All right, anyways, hopefully you've been having like a good week, good day, or whatever whenever you're watching this. But yeah, I'll get on with everything. All right, so I guess to start, there's this chick that gorilla glued fake gems on her teeth. So it has music on it, so I have to talk over it, but you can see she's ready to do this. She gets the gorilla glue, puts a drop on, or a big drop, not even small, a big drop on her teeth, and then puts the fake gems over it. And I'm assuming she did this to make herself look better, be more presentable. But I'm gonna be honest, I think it looks horrible. It does not look good at all. I don't know what would drive someone to look at those little fake gems and think to themselves, where these would look good at? On my teeth, and then get gorilla glue and think this will make it stick, when it's a super strong adhesive. It's super hard to remove, and for the end result to not even look that great is even worse. Like, I don't want to be like all that mean or anything like that, but I feel like anyone can tell that it doesn't look all that good. Because did the gorilla glue hair girl not teach anyone anything? If you don't know what that is, basically a girl back in like 2021, I think, put gorilla glue on her hair to make it look better, and then she was surprised at how strong it was that she couldn't take it out, so she had to start a GoFundMe so that she could get the glue professionally removed. I don't know if she got surgery for it, but yeah, it was horrible. And it's probably gonna be the same thing with this girl. She's not gonna take them off when she wants to. She's gonna be like, what? I didn't know it was this strong, when it's gorilla glue. She's gonna complain, gonna worry about how she's gonna get these off. Then she's gonna start a GoFundMe because she's gonna need to get these professionally removed too. And it's just gonna be the same thing as the gorilla glue hair situation, where she's probably gonna go to an interview, say what she did and whatnot. And yeah, and then maybe in a couple years again, someone else is gonna do the same thing with the gorilla glue, except on a different body part. I don't know. I just think it's super stupid. And very surprising that someone would still try this afterwards. And also, now that I think about it, how's she gonna eat? Because I feel like the things would get in the way. Like, I've never had braces, right? But wouldn't the little gems get in the way? Or not that, but like it'd make it more uncomfortable. And then also brushing your teeth. Like, how is that gonna work too? Because I don't think you would be able to get in between everything, no? It's just a really dumb thing to do when you actually take a look at what you're doing and think about it. And she clearly didn't do that. When she starts to GoFundMe, I feel like you should not donate at all, just because why would you donate to this stupidity? Just let her figure it out. It's probably for the best, to be honest. You don't lose money, and she learns a lesson. Alright, next up, you probably already heard about this, but Streamers University. It's something that Cenat started, the famous streamer. And he posted on his Twitter on May 6th that they're taking applications, and there were a ton of applications, like a million applications when it opened. And I just wanted to talk about this because a lot of people have decided to drop out of school or quit their job just to go to this university. And I just think that's super stupid because, like, first off, the university is only like a weekend thing. There's a clip of Cenat explaining what the Streamers University is. So I'm just gonna play it since it's direct, or since it's him directly saying it.
How do I explain? Y'all are not going to the university to learn like how to be a streamer. That's not what I'm going for. I'm renting out a university to invite content creators, size big or small, to all live on the campus where there's cool ass content going on the whole entire time. Whether you want to skip a class with Mark Rober doing science, or you want to skip financial aid with Mr. Beast. We're going to see. We're going to try to make it happen, but it'll be one weekend.
So these people pretty much just uprooted their whole lives for 2 days, not even a week, but just 2 days. If it was a whole school semester, like 18 weeks or whatever, I'd be like, all right, that's a bit more understandable, I guess, right? Like, you probably still didn't uproot your whole life for it. But I can see why you would if it's, a whole semester long. You want to focus on that. And Cenat even says how they're not even going there to learn how to stream. It's more of a content house, since it's going to be content going on all the time and they could interact with each other. And, they're going to be taking classes with like famous YouTubers and other streamers, which would be interesting, to be honest, just to see how they explain it. And also, realistically speaking, only a small portion of the people that go to Streamers University are going to be full-time streamers that make decent money, and even a smaller portion are going to be famous streamers that make a ton of money. And I get wanting to take a risk, but dropping everything for a weekend is kind of dumb, and it's even dumber when you realize that some people dropped everything before they even knew if they got accepted. So, they quit their job, dropped out of school for the chance of getting into it. And if they get denied, then they're just going to go back to it, let nothing happen. Because that's pretty embarrassing and kind of sad that, you were hoping for this chance and then it didn't happen, now you have to go back to, you know, something you probably didn't like. I'm just saying, I don't know, maybe you probably should have waited until you knew if you got accepted or denied before taking drastic measures. Like, I understand wanting to take the risk, you know, this is a big opportunity, but maybe don't be dumb about it and drop everything for 2 days. Because now that I'm thinking about it, you could still have done your job and done school while going to this because it's a weekend. But if you did apply to it, I hope you get in truly and that you're able to achieve your dream. That's more or less it for Streamers University. Next thing I want to talk about is Nintendo, since they keep on getting worse and worse. So they updated their 2S, and to put it simply, they said that the console that you paid for, they could just brick it. It's here on screen if you want to read it, but pretty much going through it, it says that you can't do anything to your Switch, you can't tamper with it, change the hardware, change the software, can't do anything. And if you do it, then they can disable your account, which is, you know, just banning you, and completely disable the Switch or Switch 2 that you paid $250 to pretty much $500 for. So, you know, if they don't like what you're doing, they're just gonna brick it. And what are you gonna do then? And I know some of it is to, you know, protect their IP and, you know, for copyright, so people don't use pirated copies. But at the same time, Nintendo only has their products on Nintendo. You can't play their games on anything else, and a bunch of their games that, you know, you can't play, they can only play on Nintendo. They don't re-release it for any new consoles, so I can see why people are pirating it. Like, if they wanted people to buy a game and not pirate it, they could try re-releasing it for a reasonable price, not for fucking $60 or $80 for an old ass game, but a reasonable like $20-$30 price, then people would buy it. And also, they shouldn't put all those games on that shitty Nintendo Switch Online subscription. I don't have it anymore. I haven't paid for that in like forever because I hardly use my Switch. But, you know, just don't put it on there, release it for a good price, and people will gladly buy it. But I also do know that a good portion of this is because they only want you to use their stuff with their consoles. Like that camera, that's, I don't even know, it's like 480p, maybe 720p for the Switch 2. They want you to use that camera. They don't want you to modify the Switch to add some software to it so that you could use another camera that's going to look way better. Because I guarantee you, if someone figures out, oh, this is how you connect a better camera to the Switch 2, everyone's going to be using it because no one wants to be using that shitty camera that costs like, what, $60 pretty much? Like, the only people that are going to use that camera and die for Nintendo are the Nintendo fanboys that cannot see anything wrong with them. There was another part on the 2S about copyright, and pretty much it's, you know, copyright infringement, and you pretty much have to settle things in small claims court, and it pretty much just goes both ways, you know, in quotations, because, you know, if you rip them off, then you gotta go to the small claims court where they're gonna win. But at the same time, if they rip you off, you gotta go to small claims court where they're gonna win. I think it's so scummy because you rip them off, oh, the world's gonna end, but they rip you off and it's fine. It's like, it's so dumb. And it's crazy because I know there's people defending this. They're probably like, oh, Nintendo's in the right to do it, but it's like, dude, if they're ripping someone else off, how is that right? Like, it's just getting way worse. And they know they could get away with this because they know their fanboys will not do anything. Like, once they get their fans mad, then that's when they lose. But their fans aren't ever gonna get mad. Now, moving on from Nintendo to something else gaming related. The GTA 6 2 trailer released last week, and I'll be honest, the trailer got me so hyped for the game. When I was first watching it, I was like, oh, so are they going to transition to like a game trailer? But then I was like, wait, this is the trailer. Like, I thought it looked so realistic. I was completely mesmerized by it, dude. It's playing in the background, and I'm pretty sure I could do that without the music. I hope I can. But yeah, I just thought it looked so cool. And Jason, you know, the male character, you could get him ripped. Like, he's ripped as fuck in this trailer. And I'm like, damn, can I make him ripped in the game? Because I'm gonna make him look amazing, dude. And then it also got me thinking, can I make Lucy ripped in the game? Because if I can, then I'm gonna make her a muscle mommy, dog. Like, on some real shit, she's gonna be muscular. But the trailer looks so cool. Miami in this looks amazing. Like, it is unbelievable how great it looks. You know, this is probably how people felt like with old games when they came out. They're like, whoa, this looks super realistic. But then when you look back at it, it's kind of like, well, it does not look realistic at all. So this is probably what they felt like, and I'm like, damn, this is pretty amazing. You know, I can't wait to explore the open world and just do things, because I'm gonna do the story for a bit first, you know, who isn't. Then after a little bit, maybe after get both characters, because I don't know how far into the game you need to be to get both characters, but maybe after that I'll run around like the town for, or like the whole city for a bit, just to see what it's like, just to see the atmosphere, the environment, because I really want to see how it looks, or like how everything's gonna be in it, because it looks so lively in the trailer. I'm like, if this is how the game is, it's gonna be amazing. And also, what's funny is the part of the trailer that's the most replayed, you saw a little bit ago, it's the shot of Lucille's ass. And you know, Rockstar knew what they were doing. Like, who doesn't appreciate a nice ass? You know, I definitely do. I'm not gonna say I didn't and not rewind it, but I'm saying that It was a great shot. And another little thing that I liked in the trailer was that they have Lucio and Jason having like GTA's version of Modelos, and I was like, that is fucking amazing, dude. Like that detail was so small, super insignificant, but I was just like in awe, and I was like, damn. They added Modelos to it. I don't know, I just really liked it. You know, I was gonna wait like a year or so until the game released, but I'm honestly thinking of trying to get it day one, like pre-order it and everything. Like regardless of the price, I'm just like, dang, I really want this game. There was also some leaked activities. I don't know if these are all true or not, but I'm gonna put them on screen right now. So you have working out, which I'm gonna make my characters do, MMA fighting, fishing, pool, mini golf, scuba diving, which I want to do, basketball, hunting, which I also do, dirt bike racing, also want to do, kayaking, clubbing, watching TV, and playing video games. And imagine like you play video games and you're playing GTA 5 and GTA 6. That'd be kind of funny. I don't know if these activities are true or not. I'm sure some are. If they all are, I mean, because, you know, like working out is probably the most obvious thing. Watching TV and playing video games probably too. Hunting, I'm pretty sure it's also in there. Makes sense. But yeah, like it'd be cool to have all these, because I'd probably do them all like just to try them out. Also, since it's Florida, they should let you wrestle gators, just because why not? Let me wrestle gator. Also, it's got me wondering if it's gonna have an online on release. It might not, most likely, but if it does, imagine how fast their servers are gonna crash because of how many people are gonna be on it. I'm sure they're expecting a lot, but I'm sure even they'll be surprised by how many people there are, so they probably won't also be ready. But yeah, no, I'm hyped for the game. I am gonna try to get it as a pre-order on, you know, for launch day, and then maybe I'll stream it too, because it's just gonna be, I know I'm gonna have so much fun with it. Also, it has just come to my attention that GTA 6 might get delayed again, so who knows, maybe the actual release date is holiday 2026 or spring 2027. I'll be for real, it is kind of annoying to wait, but at the same time I don't really care as long as the game comes out and the game's great. Like I've said before in another video, take as much time as you need to make a great game. Also, I wonder how many people are gonna call it woke, because I know when trailer 1 released, a bunch of people were calling it woke because of Lucia, and then they changed their minds because of trailer 2, because of, you know, how they portray Lucia. But when the game releases, I wonder how many more people are going to call it woke, because, you know, these people clearly have no idea how to enjoy a good game or a game in general. Honestly, they're complete weirdos if you ask me. But that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about that happened last week. Let me know what you think, if you enjoyed my yap session or not. And yeah, goodbye.